Hello, hello. I'm live through Zoom on Facebook. Yay, I'm back in action, back in action. All right. So if you are here live, you're catching this live or replay. Hashtag live, hashtag replay. Let's see, I am live. Okay. All right. So I gotta get this off my screen. Okay. I don't know how to make it quiet. Bear with me, bear with me. I'm just so excited to be back with live Zoom. Okay, I can't turn it down. All right. Yeah, you goes. All right. All right. All right. Okay. So I'm looking at something different now. I'm looking at myself. So let me okay. So I'm gonna look at the camera. So this week is about transforming relationships, right? Okay. So Monday we did a meditation. That was yesterday. Monday meditation. Um, a wonderful exercise on transforming relationships. Hold on, I got to make this little because I'm watching myself on Facebook. And all right, okay, let me just get you here. I'll get it together. I promise. I promise. I promise. And secrets. That way I can see anybody who's here. All right. Okay. I can do this, right? I can do this. This is really powerful stuff. So, we're diving into something we deal with every day, our relationships. And whether it's a family member or a coworker or your significant other, relationships can be tricky. Guess what? They can also be incredibly empowering when we approach them the right way. So let's have a little chat about how to make our relationships more fulfilling and supportive. Now, if you don't have something to write with, I highly recommend you get something to write with. And you're probably going to want to go back and listen to this again because there's going to be some powerful tools you can use. If you just chose one of them and used it, it would change your life, it would change your relationships. Okay, so first, we're going to talk about how we speak different languages. With our family, our coworker, our partner. And so what I want to invite you to do is take time to really listen. Ask questions like, what do you mean by that? Or how does that make you feel? You notice I'm not going, what do you mean by that? We've done it, right? No, I'm dropping into my power center. I'm getting coming from this very grounded place. And that's what I want to invite you to do. This helps you understand, when you ask them questions, what do you mean by that? Um, take time to listen and understand where they're coming from. And this works because when we understand each other's perspectives, we reduce misunderstandings and build stronger connections. And isn't that what we want? Stronger connections. So I want to give you a few more superpowers. Um, the superpower of presence. Now, in presence, your first attention is on yourself. Your second attention, and so let me back up. First attention on yourself, your own resources, right? Your own well-being. Your first attention's on yourself. Your second attention's on the field, the energetic field, the field where God and the universe is, the field where cause and effect is, and law of attraction is. That field. And then the third attention is on the other person or others. So you notice I'm not putting them first, but I am honoring them and being present for them, right? But I'm taking care of myself and giving it from that kind of presence. So first attention on self, second attention on the field, and third, attention on others. This concept emphasizes the ability to embrace one's complete self while maintaining a deep, expansive center. It involves turning toward and accepting the current situation using a transmissive field and drawing from various transformational energies, like I was talking about, right? The laws of the universe. Okay, so now let's talk about the superpower of radical empathy. This focuses on deepening trust and intimacy, enhancing your ability to positively impact others. It's about feeling empathy, compassion, understanding others' suffering without absorbing their interpretations, which often amplify the suffering. So we're not getting caught up in the story. We're holding this space of radical empathy, of compassion and understanding. It involves a full willingness to empathize and connect emotionally with others, allowing one's heart to be touched and opened by these experiences. However, it doesn't involve adopting the restrictive or negative interpretations that others might have. So we're not buying into the story. We're just holding that space of compassion and empathy. And I'm telling you that it's kind of like when you're talking to a little child, you know how we get right down there and right there in their face and talk to them, and we're looking at them just with wonder, and we're connected and we're holding space for them. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about bringing that into your other relationships. Yeah, it transforms your relationships. Okay, let's see. And then having empathy, you can influence others in a positive way with empathy, sharing life positive perspectives, maintaining faith and a belief in the goodness of life, and fostering a space for growth and possibility are key. To effectively help others reinterpret their experiences, one must be deeply moved and connected to what they are going through, right? I'm to really be heard, having someone having radical empathy for me, it's more than just sitting there listening. It's holding a presence. And like I said, the compassion and empathy. All right, so there's a couple more. And this is kind of front-ended. There's all the stuff in the first section. So, and this is about communicating, because I want to give you tools to improve your relationships. So the other ones, and I've mentioned them before, mirroring and naming. Mirroring. Somebody tells you something, and I usually like to pick out 3 things they said and say, what I heard you say is this, this, and this. Did I get that right? And lean in and be quiet and listen. Right now we're listening. So that's mirroring. And then naming is, well, it's summarizing it. And, and and when you do it really well, it lands with the person. Like, wow, what I'm hearing is that you have problems with this, with that, and with this. I bet you feel exhausted, right? So yeah, or I bet you feel taken advantage of. Whatever it is that you're seeing, and that helps you name it for them. And it's a way of feeling heard, naming. And then witnessing. Now we do an exercise, 4 Ways to Power Center, and in there is the witness self. And the witness self just hands back and gets the wide perspective. The witness self doesn't try to fix anything, just holds space. So imagine witnessing for someone. You're not trying to fix it, you're just holding space. You're backing up and taking in a new perspective. You're not even offering anything verbally. You are witnessing. You are just holding space, right? Okay. Witnessing. Okay, so we did reflective listening. Remember, tell me, what was it? Remember reflective listening. What do you mean by that? How does that make you feel? It's helping you get clarity. So reflective listening, presence, first attention on self, second attention on the energetic field, and the third attention on others. Radical empathy, and I really went into it, but it's more compassion and empathy. The same empathy you have for others, and you're turning that towards yourself. That's the power of the power practices we do, because you get that experience of feeling it and then turning it towards yourself. Now you have a new way of being, you have a new experience to connect to. Okay, where was I? Witnessing reflect reflective listening, presence, radical empathy. That's where I was. Mirroring, saying what they said to you right back to them and ask, did I get that right? And then be quiet and listen, don't say anything. The tendency for many of us is to want to, cut people off, and that's not listening. So it's really listening as if but there's that person you're listening to is saying the most important thing in the world. That's a shift, isn't it? Yeah. Imagine how you would feel if somebody was listening to you like that. Yeah. Okay. Um, Mirroring, naming, witnessing. All right. The next one is setting boundaries. Setting boundaries with kindness. It's hard to say no sometimes, right? Especially to your family or maybe your significant other or a boss or coworker. So here's a tip. Practice saying, I need to think about it instead of immediately saying yes or no. This gives you space to decide what works for you, right? So and you don't want to give up a lot of information either. You don't want to give them ammunition to use for you because you're changing the game plan. In the past, you would have said yes, right? So now this is different. So it's just a simple, um, I need to think about it. Let me get back to you. And here's the thing, you got to get back to them. This is the opportunity for you to go practice it in the meantime, and then go get back to them. And you will feel so good on the other side of this. It feel a little hard because it's counterintuitive. It's not what you've been doing. But once you move through it, very powerful on the other side. Very powerful. So I need to think about it and don't give up any more information. Don't tell them why, because they'll debate it. And you're really not there for the debate. You're there, you're setting healthy boundaries. Yes? Okay. Looks like I got a couple of comments. Yes. Okay. Hey, Marie. I keep doing that. Sorry, guys. Hi, Monica and Maria. Hello, hello. Okay. So on the Oh, okay. Practice figure out where I'm at. So practice setting boundaries. That's a powerful one because it's not easy. It's not easy. I'm going to tell you, it is not easy, but when you do it, you feel better. You feel good on the other side. So setting boundaries. And then the last one is finding the positive in every interaction. Finding the positive. How often do we walk away from a situation and talk negatively about it? Catch yourself before you do, right? And pause and look for the positive in the interaction. Notice the way you go to a negative place and shift that because it affects your relationships. How you show up matters, what you say matters, what you do matters. Okay. So we have those days when it feels like everything seems to be going wrong, and even interactions with others. So after a tough conversation, take a moment to think about one positive thing about it. Maybe you learned something new or stood up for yourself. And why this works is focusing on the positive helps you shift your mindset and makes future interactions more positive, right? So I recently talked about self-leadership, that we're noticing when you're in a closed mindset, a closed loop. And that's usually something negative going on, a story you're telling again and again to yourself. Let that self leader in you come and take you and by the hand from that closed mindset to that growth mindset. And what does that look like? It's as simple as getting curious. It's as simple as getting curious. I wonder how this is going to turn out. I wonder who I can turn to. I wonder what resources I have. Right. So, yeah. Okay. How are we doing? How are we doing? Oh, my phone's going to die. All right. So I better finish. So, what do we got going on here? I'm working on something and it is, I'll have it out in the next couple of days. And it is a planning, it's from procrastination to power 2024 action plan, turn intentions into actions, dreams and realities. So it is a 90-minute class. I'm going to actually offer them a couple times this month, but you really want, if you want to start out 2024 on the right foot, then you got to come to this class. If you've made resolutions in the past and didn't follow through, you got to come to this class. We'll do a little part of looking at 2023 and what worked and what didn't. There'll also be a little bit kind of a ceremony of letting go of what doesn't work, right? Letting go of those things that hold us back so that we can roll up our sleeves and get to the business of identifying the areas of our life that we want to improve. And so this, you're going to walk away with a document that has you supported in your goals, a 90-day sprint document. So anyway, that's all I'm going to tell you about it right now. But the powerful way to start the new year. Okay, so if you're interested, type 2024 in the chat. And let's see. Um, what else? Oh, there's a meditation that I did this week about I'm trying to think. It's transforming your relationships. So if you want to do the meditation, so every week we do a theme, and this one is about transforming relationships. So it was a powerful meditation I did yesterday in Monday meditation. If you would like a link to that, type meditation, type meditation. And if you're all ready to get going for the new year, um, you know what you want, you just don't know quite how to get there. Let's have a conversation that matters. Me or my team will get on the phone with you and will help you identify what you want, what's in the way, and help you figure out how to fill that gap in, right? Because that gap is what we need to work on. All right. So type soul in the chat if you're ready for your soul emergence call. We do have some slots this week. All right. That's enough for me. Thank you for staying, Maria. Chica, 2024. Yes. All right. And Monica. All right. So it worked. I just have to say it worked. I have been not on Facebook, Zoom in, I don't know, months, maybe. I can't do a live from my phone, but I can do a Facebook Zoom. So yay. All right. Thank you for my exuberation. Have an amazing day. Bye now. See if I can get out of here. There. Bye, Facebook.